So the documentary features Meghan very prominently. Interestingly enough, they don't actually call attention to the fact that it is Meghan Markle until right at the very end when the credits start to roll and she is revealed as being the narrator. She's credited as Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. In terms of her actual work, it's very enthusiastic, very energetic. She has a great voice. You know, she is, after all, an actress first and foremost, even though she isn't necessarily professionally doing that anymore. So she really is very confident in her delivery. There are a few very cheeky moments. For example, an elephant passes gas and she jokingly says, "Oh, who did that?" Now, her voice isn't necessarily as recognizable as Prince Harry or Prince Charles or the Queen, for example, but it really lends a great kind of enthusiastic quality to the whole documentary. The reviews are very mixed. Now, I think it's important to keep in mind that ordinarily a nature documentary probably would not have garnered this much interest and publicity. So I think it's important to note that a lot of people are tuning into this documentary who might not necessarily have watched a film about elephants in the past. So it's kind of important to take that into consideration when you look at the very mixed reviews. A few of them have been glowing. A lot of people have said that Meghan offered a very enthusiastic, very energetic, very warm delivery. However, others have kind of criticized her for being too over the top, too overzealous, and also criticized her for the slightly cheesy lines, but that's not really her fault because she was reading from a script that was written by someone at Disney and not by her personally. But there has been some negative feedback, but I think that was always to be expected because, as we know, anything that Meghan does comes under some very harsh criticism from the public. So Prince Harry and Meghan attended the premiere of the live-action Lion King some months ago, and their appearance garnered a lot of public interest for a number of reasons, but one of them was a video that emerged a few weeks after the premiere took place, which showed Prince Harry going up to Bob Iger, who is the chairman of Disney, and saying to him, "My wife would love to work with you. She's very good at voiceovers," and effectively pitching Meghan to Bob Iger and saying, "Let's give her a job." So I think it's fair to say that at least in some way, Harry's strong-arming definitely worked because lo and behold, just a few months later, Meghan has already secured her first gig with Disney. Now, this was done back when she was still officially a royal. That's when she did the recording. So it really was just a very small matter of months in between Harry's meeting with Bob Iger and Meghan actually sitting down to work on her first Disney project. So the documentary was done in collaboration with a charity called Elephants Without Borders. This is a charity that's incredibly close to both Prince Harry and Meghan. The two of them traveled to Botswana together back in 2017, kind of in the earlier days of their relationship. And the two of them worked with the charity at the time. They got a chance to meet some of the elephants and really see what kind of amazing work the charity is doing. So for Meghan to take on this kind of role as almost her first debut back into the Hollywood lifestyle, I think is really interesting because it shows that she's really eager to blend her position as a kind of royal, her position as someone who has done a lot of charity work, with that celebrity exposure that she's had before and that experience in the Hollywood industry as an actress. You know, I think Meghan really wants to forge her own path. I think she's sick of fitting into specific stereotypes and labels, so royal, actress, celebrity. I think she wants to prove that she can do anything and everything. And now that she's officially stepped down as a royal, she really has the freedom to do that. Same with Prince Harry. The two of them were very tightly bound by the regulations that royal family members have to follow. And now they really can do anything and everything. The world is very much their oyster. And I think Meghan wants to take full advantage of that. Even when she was an actress, she dabbled in all number of different activities, different hobbies. We know that she loved food. We know that she loved charity work. She was a very outspoken advocate for women's rights. And in addition to that, she also threw in a bit of health and fitness there. So I think what this indicates to me, given how well she's managed to blend a charity interest with a kind of big Hollywood project, I think it really shows that that's the kind of thing they want to do moving forward. Neither of them want to be pigeonholed anymore. They really want to open up the world and prove to people what the two of them can do. As we know, Harry and Meghan will no longer be official members of the royal family moving forward. They officially stepped down from their roles as senior royals on March 31st. And their Instagram post was really a farewell to that lifestyle, to everything that went with it. They signed it off Harry and Meghan, which was hugely significant. First of all, they hadn't really signed off any of their Instagram posts in that way previously. So to write Harry and Meghan really showed that they're making a statement. They are embracing their new roles outside of the royal circle. And they're saying, you know what, we're happy to be Harry and Meghan. We don't need to be the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Now, I should note that they will continue to use those titles moving forward, but they will not be referred to as His Majesty, Her Majesty, and so on and so forth. In addition to that, they kind of gave us a little bit of insight into their future. They offered some words of advice and comfort for people who are dealing with the coronavirus pandemic. And they said that they are looking forward to reconnecting soon. They gave no further details about when or even where that might be. We don't know whether or not they're planning to change the branding on their current Instagram account or to start up a new one altogether. However, they did switch off comments on the newest post and all of the back posts. So it really does feel like, at least temporarily, they are kind of shuttering that account and giving it a bit of time to rest. The two of them probably want to take a very needed break, spend some time with baby Archie, before they decide what they're going to do next and how they're going to brand themselves. But believe me, no matter what is going on in the world, I'm very confident that Harry and Meghan are beavering away behind the scenes, ready to bring something new, exciting, and fresh that will fascinate the entire world, I'm sure. Harry and Meghan just hired a major player. Her name is Catherine St. Laurent, and she used to work on Bill and Melinda Gates' charity ventures. So she has a lot of experience working with very high profile, very wealthy, and very powerful people. And I'm sure that Harry and Meghan are eager to bring all of that experience over to their new philanthropic project. Now, while we don't know what a lot of those details about the project might be, what we do know is that Catherine revealed in a statement, it is going to be an incredible piece of work. As I said, it's going to kind of benefit the wider mankind. And it's going to involve a lot of those interests that Harry and Meghan have already shown a great passion for. So I would assume that that's going to be wildlife, mental health, women's rights, and a number of other things that the two of them have got involved with in the past. Now, Catherine's hiring was rumored to begin with. She is said to have announced it to her company in an email a few days, if not a week ago, announcing that she was moving to work for Meghan M and Harry, so a very informal use of their names there. And this was then followed up with an official statement from the Duke and Duchess, who confirmed that she is indeed coming to work with them, but once again, kept details about their charity very much under wraps. Catherine was hired as their chief of staff, which is a very American title. I think it's interesting that they chose that verbiage to describe her role. And it suggests that she's going to have a slightly wider job than perhaps just focusing on the charity, because that really is a kind of do-it-all situation, and one that holds a lot of authority and power. So I would imagine that they're placing a great amount of trust in Catherine and her abilities. Obviously, having worked for Bill and Melinda Gates, coming from their charity ventures, she has a world of experience and no doubt will be able to bring a lot of advice to the table when she's working with Harry and Meghan on their new charity venture and beyond.